Hi there. My name is John Stevens. I'm pastor of Zion Lutheran Church in Oregon City, Oregon, and we are part of the ELCA. And welcome to Dollar Store Children's Sermons, where we take a look at the lectionary text and we tie them to an item from the Dollar Tree or the kids' room or the garage or the junk drawer. You know how we've been doing it. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of your week with me in this way. And thank you for the love that you're sharing with your kids and your congregation and your families. You are rocking it. And if you are feeling tired this week, it means that we are nearing the second Sunday in Lent, not of Lent, in Lent, and you might be feeling it. I am filming this, recording this the day after Ash Wednesday, and I am tired. It feels like it's Monday. It feels like it's I don't know what day. It feels, I feel it. So, it's important for me to let you know that you are rocking it. So thank you. All right, second Sunday in Lent. Last week was the one temptation story, and this week it is kind of a temptation story because Jesus has given the first passion prediction that he is going to die, and Peter can't handle it. Now, this is right after Peter has said that Jesus is the Messiah. And we could break this down about what that means. The disciples have an idea of what the Messiah came to do, liberate them from the Roman tyranny and the power of Rome and all of that. And then Jesus shows that the Messiah has come in a different way, a different kind of power, a different direction of that power. We could crack that open all in a Bible study, and it is fascinating. But so last week, right before this text, not last week, but before this text in the gospel, it's, you are the Messiah. You are the Son of the living God. And then Jesus says, and by the way, that all-powerful being that you're thinking about, he's got to die. And it's like, whoa. So Peter, he's God forbid it, Lord forbid it. This cannot happen to you. And that's when the fun part where Jesus says to Peter, get behind me, Satan. Get behind me, tempter. Let's set our minds on divine things, but get behind me. It's this idea that Peter is tempting Jesus in the sense that this shouldn't and can't happen to you. And maybe Jesus is like, that's a thought. And there's temptation. So all this stuff going on. And then first lesson and the first reading and the second reading have to do with, there's the Abraham and Sarai, or Sarah as her name gets changed, and all of that. And they are asked to do a hard thing. They are told that this is going to happen, that they're going to have a kid, and they are ancient. They are old, so old that Sarai laughs. And thus, the big joke is Isaac. Laughter and the whole, all of that. And so the direction I am going is doing hard things. That Sarah and Abraham are called to do hard things. Jesus knows what it's like to do hard things. We have, there are times in our lives that we have hard things that we have to do. And the beauty of it is that Jesus knows about hard things, and Jesus walks with us. And so the things that I am looking at, let me pull this up because I am spacing on my springboard, because that happens, Here we are. All right, so the springboard that I'm looking at, is I'm looking at things that are hard. And particularly I'm looking at like a hard puzzle, something that's like 1,000-piece puzzle that's all, that's incredibly difficult. We have a table out in our narthex that people have been sharing puzzles since the pandemic, and it still continues. And there are some really difficult puzzles. Maybe a book with huge words. Maybe, I don't know, open up Leviticus, or open up maybe the the story of the Holy Spirit coming in Acts and all of those words that are really, really hard, and you're like, I don't know how to say these. And pick the person that always gets assigned to read that text during Pentecost, and they know how to read those words well, and they could walk through and teach you. A huge Lego set, where for me, a huge Lego set, it is incredibly difficult. For my son or for my daughter, they can push it together in a heartbeat, and they could help me, and they could lead me, and they could teach me how to do this. Something, I'm thinking the springboard ultimately, something with lots of steps. Maybe it's a recipe that it's one from one of those easy recipe sites, and you know it's got 800 different ingredients, and you're like, I don't know what I'm doing here. And you have someone in your congregation that is a chef or a master baker, or all of these things where you have someone to walk with you and guide you and teach you. The texts are about doing hard things, and that God walks with us when we are called to do hard things. Jesus knows what it's like to do hard things to the extreme. And the beauty part about it is we, as people of God, as followers of Jesus, we get to walk alongside people as they do hard things, and as a friend of Jesus and as a friend of them, we get to be with them and offer support and love and the presence of God in that place. So kids know what it's like to do hard things all the time. All you have to do is that if you've got kids that remember doing school remotely a few years back. Now, granted, we've got that the kids as they grow up. I mean, maybe talk to one of your high school kids, have them say, how it was really difficult, wasn't it, to do these things? How did you make it through? And that. So that's the springboard I'm going with, is that Christ walks with us, and we get to walk with our friends and family and help them as they do hard things. All right? I hope this can help. I'm hoping it helps you for your own children's sermon. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the love that you're sharing with your kids and your families. Thank you so much. And with that, I'm going to see you next week. Peace. And I'm just seeing the FedEx truck coming, and I'm going to go get them. All right, peace.